Hi guys, welcome back to another furniture makeover. My name is Walesa from Alay Refurbish, and in this week's video we're gonna be transforming this antique dresser. We're gonna go from dark to super bright, so stay tuned for today's makeover. Here we have a country pine dresser. By the way it's built, you can tell that it was handmade. And because of their shape, I can tell that the dovetails were hand cut. This dresser most likely goes back to the 1800s. It has been well loved, and as you know, pine is a soft wood. So there's definitely a lot of things all throughout this piece. I don't think that they can all be appreciated through the camera lens. You know that before we start making any repairs, we need to clean the piece, and I'm using simple green to remove any grime. To modernize this very rustic dresser, we're gonna be sanding the top to bare wood and bleaching it. The rest of the piece is getting painted with a very bright color because this dresser is going to be living in a little boy's bedroom, so we're going for something bright and happy. These keyholes were really easy to remove, and they're gonna be getting a good scrub. Our first repair is this corner that was starting to come off, so after gluing it, we're gonna be nailing it to secure it in place. We're using Titebond for this part, and then we're gonna be wiping the excess glue with a wet rag. For the rest of the repairs, I'm using Bando. This dresser had really large screws that were holding these wooden knobs. The new knobs are gonna be smaller, and the screws are not gonna be half as big as the ones that were in. So I'm gonna be drilling new, smaller hardware holes. At the same time, I'm going over deep dings that are all throughout the piece with Bando. In spite of the repairs that I'm addressing now and the ones that I'm gonna be addressing in a little bit, I still wanna accomplish this makeover in less than 24 hours. And while I sand, I want to tell you about the paint that I'm going to be using that's going to help me accomplish my goal today. And this video is not sponsored by this paint company. The first thing that this paint claims is that it's a one-step paint, which means that you don't need to prime and you don't need to seal. When a paint is telling you that, it means that it has great coverage, durability, and stain blocking abilities. So I decided to put it to the test, and I've used it on 2 pieces now. Today's dresser is one of those 2 pieces that I have used it on. Remember, this dresser is made with pine. This wood is known for bleeding more than other woods, which risks your ability to have a spot-free, flawless finish. Before talking about this product performance, I'm adding some Bando to the drawer runner to even it out, and also fixing the side of this drawer because those 2 things were preventing the drawers to slide smoothly. You guys know that after a piece has been around for a while, and then after doing all the sanding and the repairs, it gets super dusty in and out. So after cleaning the inside with a TSP substitute, I'm cleaning the outside with a cleaner from Amy Howard called Clean Slate. The way it performed and smelled definitely reminded me to mineral spirits. I even had a minor smear of the Bando in one of the drawers, and this cleaner surely removed that off, which tells me this cleaner is powerful here. Allow it to dry for 5 minutes before applying your 1-hour miracle paint. While it dries, we're gonna be bleaching the top, so I'm using this wood bleach from Zinsser. It's a 2-step process. After applying solution A with a sponge, I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes, but before solution A dries, you start applying solution B. Make sure to use a different sponge applicator for each solution. You can do as many rounds of this process as needed. This step needed to achieve the desired look. Now it's time to paint and talk about this 1-hour miracle paint from Amy Howard. A couple of things that my friends from Instagram were wondering was, number 1, is the finish chalky? Number 2, does it look like I painted this rather than nice and smooth? It does have an eggshell finish as advertised, so it's definitely not chalky. Priming promotes better coverage, adhesion, and also reduces texture that your wood might have. Being that I skipped that step, I noticed that I had to apply more coats of paint to reduce texture and for better coverage. As far as the self-leveling properties, I have brush, roll, and spray painted this product, and I didn't find a difference in the results between spraying or rolling. You do get a little bit more texture when brushing. So if you're not ready to spend money on a sprayer, I would definitely roll over brush this product. There are two things that amaze me. One of them is that I have not seen any bleed through, even when applied over bare wood. That truly blew my mind away. The second thing, which is super important, is the adhesion. I accidentally banged both of the pieces when I was refinishing and moving things around. The paint didn't go anywhere. One last thing is that primer usually highlights imperfections, but since we skipped that part, the imperfections were visible after they were painted, so here I'm repairing some of those. Remember that this paint doesn't need to be top coated, however, since I'm leaving the top bare, I'm protecting it by applying 3 coats of this polyacrylic from Minwax. I should also add that the body needed 3 coats of paint, even 4 in some areas to achieve full coverage. So here I'm gonna leave a quick summary of what to expect when using this 1-hour miracle paint from Amy Howard. Are you guys ready for the final reveal? This is how our dresser looked before, and this is how it turned out. I'm loving the light color wood against that bright orange contrast. And the drawer liner really makes this a statement piece, and I can't wait to see that little boy's face when he sees this bright and happy color. Let me know what you think of this makeover in the comments. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed today's transformation. And if you don't want to miss on the next one, don't forget to turn on your notifications. If you enjoyed today's content, also remember to subscribe. And don't forget that just like there's hope for these pieces of furniture, doesn't matter how tough things get, there's always hope for you. I will see you guys next week.